Hello everybody, welcome to the United Stand. Manchester United 3, Real Betis 2. Manchester United win in San Diego, but I tell you what, it's tainted by many things. More injury concerns. Before the game, we've heard that Yoro and Rasmus injuries are really long. And then you see that starting lineup, and I think you've got to be a very brave person to say that you're going to be optimistic about seeing Maguire and Lindelof, Casemiro, Eriksen and McTominay, Sancho as a false nine, Wan-Bissaka at right back. All 7 players that we've spoken about in the last couple of weeks that need to go, Wan-Bissaka, Maguire, Lindelof, McTominay, Casemiro, Sancho, I forget who the other person is. I'm getting tired. But look, all of them starting. And Eriksen, we can't go into next season with these 7 players still at the club, and yet it looks like it probably will happen. Yes, we've got a lot of players to come back. The Mainus, the Brunos, the Garnachos, the Martinezes. But it's worrying that these players that want to stay and fight, who are actually only here because they're on massive wages and no one wants them, it's worrying that we're going into a season with those players again, because the same problems will occur that have occurred over the last few years. But let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the positives. Before we do that, let me just remind you, the book is out now. It's not a pre-order. It's actually out now. Links in the description. Scan the QR code. You can get it on audio version as well. Thanks everyone who's supporting it. Please do buy it. It's out now. Thank you very much. But from one positive to another, I think absolutely smash a like on the video for AMAD. Do something. Comment about him. Smash a like. Subscribe. Just do something positive, because what I'm about to talk about with AMAD is just nailed on fact. I thought he's been the one standout player by a long way in pre-season. There has been standouts. I mean, I think Amas was very good again today. Collier, Odieli, they've been some really good young player performances. And look, by no means were some players today bad. We'll go through that in a moment. But AMAD is head and shoulders above everybody else. Explain why. I said this before. Is it his temperament? Is it his talent? Is it his tenacity? Is it his focus? Is it his fitness? Well, it's probably a culmination of all of them, because if a Jadon Sancho or a Casemiro or anybody is there, AMAD is there. And that's not because those players are bad. He is just miles better than them. Miles better than them. The creativity, he could have had 3 or 4 assists tonight. He scored a great goal. He's consistent. He defends well. He works hard. He takes people on. He wins penalties. I mean, some will say pre-season Pirlo. He's not pre-season Pirlo, because he was showing this at the end of last season. He is just simply the best player we have in that team at the moment by a very, very long way. And it's very, very exciting. You want to wrap him up in cotton wool and send him back to Manchester for the start of the season and avoid the Liverpool game, because the way things are going, you just worry about another injury to a key player. But he's absolutely fantastic at the moment, AMAD. I mean, and it's not pre-season Pirlo, because why is no one else doing it? He is just on a different level. The way he takes people on, the way he makes things happen. I mean, look, Anthony's walked off injured anyway, so right winger for Fulham, it's just got to be AMAD. He's got to start. He's just that good at the moment. Clear man of the match for me. Smash a like if you agree. I thought Amas played well as well. A bit weird with this with some of the selections, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie. The Wan-Bissaka selection is just unfathomable. You know, you want Mazraoui, you want an attacking right back. You know Wan-Bissaka's close to a West Ham move. You're playing for 60 minutes in a game where he could have got injured. I don't understand it. I mean, look, we got away with it, but if he got injured today and that deal's off, who's to blame? I don't. It's not like we haven't lost another 2 players to injury tonight. Like, we're losing 2 players per game to injuries. So you've got what? Percentage chance, about 20% chance that Wan-Bissaka could get injured at any time. Why would you do it? Why would you take that risk? But Wan-Bissaka was okay. Amas played well. Casemiro was okay. Eriksen was okay. Rashford was okay. Sancho was okay. McTominay was invisible. Maguire looks rusty. Lindelof looked rusty. And Heaton was okay. And as I said, I thought AMAD was fantastic. And that's what I basically thought about the team. I think in the second half, when you make all those changes, it's difficult for people to shine. We did get a couple of injuries. Look, I've got to say, the Rasmus injury for 6 weeks has knocked me for 6. I thought he was going to be back for the Man City game. I thought it was just a bit of precautionary. So the fact that he's out for 6 weeks is just despair. Makes you want to throw up. I mean, why us? Like, why is it us? It's only fucking pre-season and we're losing players for the start of the season. The same problem as last year. Players just inexplicably breaking down for a long period of time. So 6 weeks without Rasmus, which is just incredible. It's 3 months without Yoro, they're saying now. Anthony's just walked off. Now, look, whether Anthony's anywhere near the team or not doesn't matter. He's hobbled off on pre-season, so that's another one. Rashford hobbled off, although I do think that was an impact injury. I think Rashford will be okay. But it just shows you the precarious nature of what's going on at United. And the overarching thing for me tonight, the result doesn't matter. It's nice to win so people can't moan about losing. But winning doesn't really matter. It's pre-season. But what really worries me is the injuries, of course. That worries me. And the transfers worry me. I look at that team tonight, and I know there's players to come back, but it sends a very visible message that we're not seeing the change we need to see. This is like every other summer transfer window where you know who needs to be sold and they're still here. I want to play for the badge. I want to fight for my shirt. Do you? Or is it because you're on big wages and no one wants you? It's the same selection of players. It's the same problem. And it's the same season we're going to play out again. Because if you're going into the season with these players, then you're going to have the same problems. And I feel bad. I feel sorry for Ten Hag. I feel sorry for Ruud. I feel sorry for Rene, because they're going to be using the same players that every other manager's had to use. And it's going to be a problem. And what these injuries do is it makes us more likely to keep these players, because we'll be like, Yoro's out. We need to keep Maguire now. Maybe we need to keep Lindelof. Oh, Rasmus is out. Oh, maybe we should keep Sancho as well now. Like, players that should be going could end up staying because of injuries. And you don't move forward if you're going to keep players that need to go. And with regards to transfers, we need to sell to buy. So, look, we play Liverpool at the weekend. That's going to take focus. But, it's Thursday now. Another week goes by and nobody's come in and no one's gone out. Like, we are still in a situation where it's August. We're 4 weeks away from the transfer window closing. It's August and we've bought a player that's injured. Xerxes not played yet. Rasmus is injured. We sold Greenwood, which was inevitable. We sold Camboire, who was a utility centre-back, and we sold Donny. Like, we've not done enough in or out. And we can all champion change, and we can all talk about 16-year-olds and, CEOs and directors of football and goalkeeping coaches. But fundamentally, what's the team against Fulham? What's the plan for the season? Because all I see is more of the same at the moment, and that is worrying me. It's got nothing to do with Betis tonight. I just feel a little bit despaired because I'm gutted by the Rasmus injury. I'm gutted by the Yoro injury. And I'm gutted to see players that should be sold still part of the first team plans. And I worry about how that sets us up for the rest of the season. Get your comments in below. Smash a like on the video. It was a good performance. There was a brilliant performance from AMAD. There was some good performances in there. We were more tenacious. We did move the ball quicker and there was more of a press. But it was certainly a deep line. Heaton played the whole game. Anana, but you look at the centre-backs. You're not going to play a high line anyway. So get your comments in. And please do order the book. It's out now. Thank you for all your support. We'll speak to you later. Take care.